Excuse me. Did not mean to do that. My sinuses are super acting up right now. Like, my goodness. But hello, guys. It's your girl, Matt Cox with MA Couture Crafting. Here talking about the Quilters Affair event in Sisters, Oregon. Live. Let's see if anybody shows up to the live. Let's give them a minute to find out that we are going live, and then we'll start talking about it. Ooh, water is delicious. Delicious. Let's see. I have so much to tell you guys about this whole thing. So when you guys pop in, let me know. Hit that thumbs up button. Let them know that you are here and hanging out with me. I took an allergy pill, so hopefully I will not be sneezing all the way through that. When I got in here, this room was cold, and instead of me turning down the air, I just left it cold. Which now my allergies are acting funny because you know how that goes. I've got to figure out something to do with these allergies. What's up, Michelle? What's going on? All right, guys. It's a few of us here now. If you have any questions about the Quilters Affair, ask me, because I didn't prepare for this properly. I did not do my whole spiel about who, what, where, how, when. I didn't do any of that. I just figured we would talk about it. I would let you guys know. I'll be doing a daily recap, as always. Nothing new there. And I'm going to be trying not to blow my nose all the way through this, because it's just gross, right? So I am in Oregon. I'm currently staying in Bend, which is about 30 minutes away from where the actual Sisters Oregon event is taking place. Why? Because that's all I could get that made sense. They had some closer venues available, but they weren't. I wasn't feeling them. This just where I am now is where I'm comfortable. I have to drive 30 minutes to and from. Oh, well, that's on me. I drove up from Los Angeles, so I didn't fly with my stuff. I know everybody's been asking me, like, how did you fly with it? How did you like flying with it, with your luggage and your sewing machines and all that? And I didn't. This is an event where you need to have your own sewing machines. I think they have some available for rent, but not, it's more of a bring your own machine kind of thing. So there's a lot of locals that are here. Excuse me, guys. Just bear with me. My nose is running. My allergies are cutting up, but I've got to do this for us. So I brought two machines, actually. I brought Darth Vader, which is my new beautiful black HD9. I love it. I'm having some tension issues. I did not test this machine before I brought it here. I literally took it out the box and put it in the bag and put the bag in the car. So that's on me, not my brightest move. And then I brought Brave, which is the quantum stylus. And that's my travel machine too. So both of these machines will be my travel machines. Darth Vader will be my travel machine, which is my HD9 in all black. And then Brave, which is my quantum stylus, which is the first machine that I ever bought. Why did I bring two machines? My HD9 is what I'm most comfortable sewing on. There's no sense in me trying to sew 1/4 inch, just straight seams on that quantum stylus. I'm just not super comfortable with it. I know that I get a very accurate 1/4 inch with my HD9. So that's why I brought both of them, because I'm taking a Dresden class, and you have to stitch down a Dresden. So I need something that does a blind hem or zigzag. I need something other than a straight stitch machine. So I actually brought two machines. I won't need that machine until I get to that class. I am taking 4 classes over the course of 5 days. My first class today was with Latifa Safir. That class was so much fun. So much fun. It was a go at your own pace kind of class. It was just cool. It was just a cool class. She's cool. It wasn't like she was pushing you to finish. You knew that you weren't going to finish. But if you've never worked with the Hertie ruler before, it's really helpful to have her there with you to explain stuff, because it can be confusing your first time out the gate. It just is. But once you get the hang of it, it works. It's just that first time out the gate, it's weird because there's a lot of flipping and tipping and turning and whatnot with that ruler. Actually, one of our quilty friends was there. She told me, was like, hey, I know you. She knew my work. She was legit. And I'll tell you about that later. I'll tell you about that later, but she was awesome. Um, Not a lot of people here. I'm not being stopped or anything like that. Not that that matters, but nobody knows who I am. This is what I would consider a typical quilters crowd. Hey, Michelle, what's up? This is a more of a typical quilters crowd. It's the age group is a little bit, overall, it just seems to be kind of a more traditional crowd, I would say. It's not a diverse crowd by any means. It's just not. And the ladies here seem to probably lean more towards the traditional, maybe, definitely traditional age category. So take with that as you will. It's not a big deal. Everybody was super duper nice. I had lunch by myself today, guys. Tomorrow I'm sitting at somebody's table. I don't know whose table, but I'm sitting at somebody's table. So that's kind of what today looked like. When I got there, I got here at 7:00. So I left Weed, California, which is where I stopped last night. I've got family in Weed, California. I stopped there, did family stuff, and left Weed at 3:30 in the morning. And I was booking. And I actually got here a lot sooner than I was supposed to. I don't feel like I was driving fast. Matter of fact, I started off driving very, very slow because I was unfamiliar with this. I've never driven to Sisters before, not this direction, going into Oregon. And the drive was doable, though. It was the easy drive. I just had to go slow because there was a lot of winds and it was dark and I was unfamiliar with it. But I got to the school at 7:00 a.m. I did not stop. I didn't fill up. That's not true. I filled up in Sisters. So I got there. I filled up. I went straight to the school. Nobody was there except for maybe 5 or 6 people who actually, they run the event. They were preparing. I just walked in one of the doors behind them. I went to use the restroom. After I came back, I asked one of the women, like, what do I need to do? And there was a registration table. And she says, okay, first thing, you're not supposed to be in here. So I was not supposed to be in there. They opened the doors at 7:30 a.m. So I was at that point, it was probably about 15 minutes early. So she told me that you need to register if you haven't already registered at the store, which is the Stitch and Post, which are the people who put this whole Quilters Affair on. So you register, and it was just a desk. You look for your last name, and they pull out your stuff, and they give you your name badge, and that was easy. Easy money, guys. No problem there. There are people who are standing outside that tell you where your class is, so you don't have to worry about which classroom you're in. You won't know that before you get there because I was really looking for that information, like where's my class? How am I going to know where to go? There are people standing outside. They're like, hey, do you know where you're going? Who's your class? Who's your instructor? They tell you exactly where to go. Now, this was the coolest thing about today. When I came out of the building from using the restroom, there were a ton of women ready. There was nobody in the parking lot when I went in. When I came back, there were a group of women standing at the door ready. 7:30 a.m. We're here. Cool. But the cool thing was there were a bunch of kids. So this event happens at the high school. The first 5 days of the Quilters Affair are classes. So there were a bunch of kids with shopping carts. And they go to the cars to help the women take their stuff all the way to the classroom and get them set up their stuff out of the basket and everything. I thought that was the coolest thing ever because, again, we're traveling with sewing machines. I did not pack light. I don't know. I packed like I was going to retreat. There's a syllabus, things that you need to bring to class, which was perfect. And I might have just overbrought. I just wasn't sure what to do. I wasn't sure how big the space was going to be that I had and everything. So I was a little all over the place with my packing. I brought 3 cutting mats because I wasn't sure what size would fit and where it would go. And do they have their own cutting mats? Do they have their own irons? All that kind of stuff I was all over the place about. I brought a lot of stuff. And the way that I was getting my stuff to and from, I didn't use the kids because, of course, you need to tip the kids. You tip them to help you. And that would have been great. But I brought my own cart because I brought my husband's fishing cart, the one you get off of Amazon. Everybody has it with the big wheels. It's a cart. You can put kids in there. I had that. So that was great. But I really just needed, I probably could have done everything, packed everything in one of those rolling totes with your sewing machine and maybe a very large, like beach tote. And I probably would have been great. I actually was able to fit a full size 24 by 36 cutting mat, which made me very happy right next to my machine. The tables, I had one of those long white kind of tables. You guys have seen them. I think it's I don't know, is it a 6-foot table? I forget. But we had a table, and they also had the little taped trash cans right there for us. And that was perfect. And they had a surge protector in the middle that you share with everybody. And that was perfect. I put my sewing pad down. I travel with my Martelli sewing pad. It's the one that absorbs the shock, which helps your machine to kind of not be shaking everybody's table and become more quiet. So I have that down. I have my sewing pad, and my sewing pad has all my essentials in it. I had my cutting mat next to me. I had Darth Vader set up, and I didn't even have the table, the extension table on Darth Vader. I just had Darth Vader by itself. And that was really a good setup. I felt like it was perfect. The chairs were comfortable. You guys know I'm a plus size girl, and they were easy for me to sit on and fit on. I did bring 2 cushions because I sit on 2 cushions at home. And I did use the one cushion. It's like the egg one with all the big, it looks like a honeycomb kind of thing. And I did use that, but that lifted me up a little bit. And again, it made it a little bit more comfortable, which was really nice. But the setup was cool. I felt like I had enough room. There was a woman who was sitting across from me, and then there was a woman on either side, and they all had the same size table. And everybody kind of seemed to be self-contained. Nobody felt like they were really going into anybody else's space. We worked really well in that space together. What else? What else can I tell you guys? Any questions about anything? So again, we started with Latifa. Latifa was great. She started off with, introductions, and then she showed us what you could do with the ruler, which is the Hertie ruler. You guys, I've done a couple of videos, at least 2 or 3 videos on my channel using the Hertie ruler. She showed us what you could do with it, and then we jumped right in, and she taught us all the elements that we would need to be able to complete this quilt. We were not able to complete this particular quilt. If you want to take a class with Latifa and possibly come close to finishing your quilt, do the other side. I have 2 versions of the other side quilt on my page. I did one for Christmas, and then I did one for like a swap. And that pattern you could finish in class. It comes together really quickly. This one was not one that was going to come together fast, and I'm not hacking it, but I'm changing some things about it, which is going to take me longer. Oh, well, not a problem. I'm learning to just chill out when it comes to classes. Before, I used to want to sew the way I sew at home at class. I wanted to be able to produce. I go to retreat. I want to have finished stuff. And that's not really what happens. Retreat is more about learning the techniques that they're presenting to you and in community. Trying to really finish and push a project. No, that's not probably going to happen. It's just not. No, not at all. So tomorrow's class is with Scott. What is Scott's last name? Oh, I'm terrible. Oh, you know what? Hold on. My manager might have told me the teacher's name on my email that she puts together for me. She did. Scott Hansen. God, she's good. You guys, my manager is amazing. Tomorrow's class is the Mad Hatter Quilting Party with Scott Hansen. Boy, I love my manager. You guys just don't know. She is a saving grace. She's the one thing that's between you guys and her. It's keeping this channel going. Excuse me again. Nose running. Allergies happening. The Mad Hatter Tea Party. It's a pieced improv top hat. I don't know. It was Mad Hatter. It's Alice in Wonderland. Can I pass that up? I can't. So here we are. He was the coolest guy. He happened to be setting up for his class tomorrow. So I got a chance to just say, hey. And this is how that happened. So the woman who I told you was sitting across from me. Amazing. She's a friend of the channel. She's one of our quilty friends. She says, Matt, she says, tulip pinks outside. You guys. I said, what? Threw my stuff. And I was like, okay, what's this going to be like? This is my Beyonce moment. I'm like, all right, I have no elevator pitch. I don't know what I'm trying to say to Tula. What am I supposed to say? It's not like Where do I don't know. I have no idea. I guess just, hey, like your stuff. I don't know. I have no clue. No clue. She says she's outside. You guys, I get on my good foot. I go outside and she is literally walking away from talking to Scott. And she's like, all right, I got to go. I hear her say, okay, I got to go. And she jets. You guys, if I had longer legs and was in shape, I could have caught her. She was by herself. It would have been magical. I would have had a better story for you. But instead, I saw her fleeting away. Her legs are so much longer than mine. She was hauling. I was like, geez, she's gone, but she's obviously got things to do. I don't know if she was teaching today. I know for sure she has classes. I didn't sign up for any of them. They weren't anything that I would be, I think there's an EPP one, and there's the butterfly, and those haven't called me just yet. So I would have been paying a tremendous amount of money just to meet her, just to be in the class. So, you guys, I missed Tula Pink today. Oh, God. All right. If you guys have any pickup lines for me and Tula, you guys leave them in this chat. Tell me what I'm supposed to say. Anybody got a good Tula Pink joke or a name joke, or give me something, because I'm probably just going to embarrass us. This channel is probably going to be embarrassed because I'm coming back with a story. So that's how that happened. And I got a chance to meet Scott. Scott is dope. Like, he is the coolest, warmest person ever. I'm not very comfortable with improv. I've taken some classes. Matter of fact, I took a class with Sheila, who's here too. Sheila Frampton Cooper. And I just did not excel. I didn't complete the project. I didn't feel good about where it was going. I haven't gotten into my improv bag yet. So tomorrow, improving top hats should be interesting. I was supposed to have a plan, and I don't have a plan. So that's partly my fault. He's like, it's improv. You don't really need one. But I was kind of thinking maybe I would try to stay within sizes so that the quilt comes together in a uniform kind of way. Maybe I'll think on that. It's only, 6 o'clock here. So you guys, how come nobody's putting any pickup lines in the chat for me for Tula? What am I supposed to say? So that was me meeting Scott. Excuse me. Let me see. Tomorrow, that's an all-day class. After that, I'm taking a class called Experiments in Creativity Workshop with Kelly. Kelly's last name is on here, but that is a partial day class. It starts at 8:30, ends at 11:30. And then another class that I'm really looking forward to is the Dresden plate with Sally Frey. I love Dresdens, and I haven't done one in a while. I've never done one on the channel. I have some completed ones that I've given away, but your girl likes the Dresden, and I like her design. It's something different that I haven't tried before. So I am, again, really looking forward to that class. I know what fabrics I want to use. It's gonna be a good one. Tomorrow, I don't know. Improv always pushes me, so we'll see how I feel. But Scott just was so chill, so cool. I think I'm gonna have a good time with him tomorrow. And yeah, so that's that. At the facility, when you walk in, there was registration. There seemed to be like the actual store had its office kind of set up there. Then in the front, there's a huge store that they bring in. So just in case you forget patterns or things, your notions and stuff like that, they have some things available there. There was a cafe there. There was a what is that? A cafe. There was a masseuse there, and I get it. I get why they have a masseuse. It's genius, and people were utilizing the masseuse. And then they had the gentleman who has his sewing store there, his machines. And my understanding is that if you're having some problems with your machine, they might take a look at it for you. And so, yeah, thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. That's it right there. That's what I need to do. Then tell her about my channel. I know I've got to tell her. Oh, I've got to tell her about the channel. And how much we love her over here. How much we 3-yarded up, Tula style. So that was kind of today. Michelle, is there anything that I missed? Is there anything that I should add? Because you're here too. All in all, I think it's great. I think everybody was lovely. Oh, and I saw Giuseppe today too. Which Giuseppe's brand? Why can't I think of his stuff? we have his fabric, Juicy Juice, his line. He was here and I got a chance to talk. He recognized me. He was like, hey, I know. He knew who I was, which was very flattering. I need to do something. Juicy Juice. Yep. I need to do something with his stuff. Oh, I recently bought. There's one coming as soon as I finish this epic Tula Pink project. So that's that. That is my recap of today. Today was good. Today was fun. I think that Quilter's Affair is a pretty cool, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool event. I will definitely give you my full wrap up once we finish everything. But every day I'll tell you about my classes, tell you about what I saw that was different. I want to videotape. There's also an auction, a silent auction going on of some cards. And I like it. What I like are the prices. The prices for them. They have a silent auction and your bid is starting. It already tells you the bid. It starts at 100. The next one is 120. They're not playing that $5 stuff. You playing with the big kids if you are in this silent auction, which is super cool. Or you can just flat out buy it for 500. They are framed. They are gorgeous. And I want to be sure to capture that for us because somebody put in a lot of work on these cards. They look to be about the size of a postcard, but they're quilted and decorated beautifully and framed beautifully. And I want to share that with you guys. So tomorrow, now that I kind of know what's going on, I'll do some more filming and hopefully I'll be able to get the shop so you guys can kind of see the things that they have in the on-site shop. And of course, I'm going to go to the Stitching Post one of these days and I'll show you what that shop looks like. And then, of course, we'll be doing the Outdoor Quilt Festival. I'll be live if the Wi-Fi permits. I feel like I'm in country, like in a country area, so I'm not exactly sure how that's going to go. And I'm not exactly sure how the weather is going to go either because it is warm out here. I'm definitely going to do the postcards tomorrow. I hate that I didn't do that today. But luckily, I think they'll still be out. So I don't have to rush. I hope that they'll still be out. Yep. And so that was that. That is my recap of the Sisters Oregon Quilters Affair week. I'm trying to stay awake until 8 o'clock. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to shoot me a DM on Instagram or an email or whatever you want to do. If you want to ask me any questions, I got a few questions on Instagram today asking about if I flew with my machine. And I didn't do that this time, but in September, I'll be going another place. I haven't talked about that yet, but in September, I will actually be flying with Darth Vader. I think it's going to be Darth Vader. I don't know. We'll see. Oh. So, yeah. Not sure of the dates. So this is running all this week, and the actual quilt show is on Saturday. So this one is running from July 3rd to the 8th. I think you can do classes on the 8th. Let's look at some of the classes that they have just because you asked that. I'll show you. Okay, let me show you guys what we're doing here. Give me just a second. Okay, here it is, the Stitching Post. And I will share my screen with you. All right. So this is the Stitching Post website. Do not be fooled up here where it says education. Make sure that you go to Quilters Affair. I was over here and I was like, this doesn't make any sense. But right here is what you're looking for. It's called Quilters Affair. And then on Saturday, it's the Sisters Outdoor Quilt Show. All put on by the same people, I believe, but different. There's the quilt show, and then there's these classes and events here. So under events, it says it's not just quilting. Get out and have some fun. Support I don't know what that is. With the bingo. Oh, I hate that I didn't get in with bingo. Take a walk. Oh, you can take a walk with Sarah Filkey. Don't miss the other events happening. Didn't even know there were events that were happening. Um, I'm going to have to go through this and see what other events. There's the quilt show, the outdoor quilt show. I've never seen it before. I haven't seen anybody cover it or anything like that. So I'm really looking forward to bringing that to you all. Okay, so that's that. Here's what I wanted to show you though, the classes. And these classes were cool because they weren't just quilt classes. There's a little bit of everything happening. So there's a fabric collage bouquet with Deborah Beauchert, maybe. Free motion with Christina Camelli. Latifa has another one of her quilts with her new Hurdy ruler. You can dye The Magic of Ice Dyeing with Lynn Coolish. And this is inside of a school. The school looks like it's probably no more than 10 years old. It's newer facility with the appropriate air conditioning, which is super important to me. Paper beads with Suhada. And you'll see a lot of this stuff is already sold out. Double Starburst with So Kind of Wonderful. This is Sarah Bond. Ombre Table Runner with Jennifer Sampo. Now, if you see the prices, $120 is usually for a 1-day class. If you see $240, you're looking at a 2-day process. And then I paid $60 for one of them, which is a partial day. So you got the Firecracker quilt here, Ebb and Flow with Carla Alexander. This is with Sally Frey over there. I hate that I didn't do this one, guys. I wanted to get in so bad into the Valerie Wells block printing. If you don't know, I was a paper crafter before, and stamps are my jam. So this would have been a nice time to take a block printing class. Barn quilt painting. This is painting like the barn. This is actual painting. I don't think, is this quilt? You're painting a quilt on a substrate that is not fabric, I believe. Painting with glass. Bountiful quilt. This one is Sit and Stitch. I like that. Curvelets with Jen Carlton Bailey. Oh my goodness. Three Sisters with Violet Craft. Oh, that's abstractions. Violet Craft is here. Everybody is here, huh? Tula Pink. She's doing the butterfly quilt. Here's the class I'm taking right here with Scott Hansen. That's Scott. Super cool. Super, super cool. Foundation paper piece novelties with Carolyn Freelander. Carolyn Freelander's here. Again, everybody's here. Sue Spargo. Wow. This is called Move the Needle. Sue Spargo. I've got to look around tomorrow and just look to see who I'm rubbing up against, because I don't know who so many people are here. Deborah Beauchert, we're doing inspired art quilt collage, tiny piecing with Giuseppe, filling in the spaces with Christina Camelli. Latifa, this is, she brought a put a ring on it quilt. Okay. Basket full of scraps, posh envelope, pickle dish. That's got to be Sarah Bond. I know that quilt anywhere. Who else is around? Let's see. There are so many classes, guys. I was thinking about taking this one down here too. So this is the Improv Army Log Cabin collage with Sally Frey. Experiments in Creativity Workshop. That's what I'm taking with Kelly Sheets. That's her name. I wanted to take this one here after the other one, which would be Botanical Textures, but I didn't get in. And I was waitlisted, and I still did not get in. Improv Garden Art with Susan Zettner. Two-Color Mystery. Sit and Stitch with Anna. Something Curvy with Jen Carlton Bailey. Precision Paper Piecing. Ooh, look at that. Violet Craft. Scott Hansen, this is the Twister. Color and Foundation Paper Piece Precision. What else? Colleen Blackwood, 2+2. Intuitive Color Design with Jean Wells. Log Cabin with Tony Phillips. Pictorial Painting with Inks. This is the one with Giuseppe. This is the Mystery Quilt. This is the Free Motion Beginners with Christina Camelli. Here we go, the other side. This is the quilt that you could probably finish. It comes together really quickly, guys. You'd be surprised, and it's fun. I've done it several times, so I can speak from experience. Mono printing, that would have been cool. And over dyeing, that's a 2-day class with Lynn Coolish. Then we've got Endless Mountains with Suhara. Oh, this is Sheila Frampton Cooper. Oh, Infinite Strip Piecing Possibilities. I like that. So Kind of Wonderful, The Diamond Days. I have this pattern. Love it. Infinity Fan with Sarah Bond. Here's the class I'm taking. It's a Dresden plate with Sally Frey. Can't wait. I love Dresdens. I hope I get something striking from the colors that I chose. You guys know I like a striking quilt. The Littles with Carla Alexander, some more barn painting, improv garden. And then so we've got some repeats. And then I'm just going to fly through these just for fun. Thursday Mystery, Sit and Stitch, Sew All the Curves with Jen Carlton Bailey. I really love that shape down there in the bottom center. Violet Craft again, Tula Pink, Sunrise EPP quilt. Painted Forest. I should have taken the EPP quilt because, I mean, really, how much, once you teach somebody how to do the stitch, you guys are pretty much just chilling and stitching, right? Then I could have talked to her all day. Shape, Play on Repeat. This is Carolyn Freelander. Freddie Phoebe with Tony Phillips. Freddie's Phoebe. I don't know what that is, but there you go. Oh, it looks like a figurine. Cool. Then you've got Bingo with Giuseppe, and they had to put signs up telling people, like, quit asking about bingo. I didn't get into that. That would have been fun. Techniques with Paint with Deborah Beaushirt. Some repeats. Latifah's doing another one. Latifah's teaching 5 different classes. I wish today's class with Latifah had been a 2-day class because I would have liked to have pushed a little further with that quilt. We've got more with Suhada, So Kind of Wonderful. Then we've got Coming Full Circle with Sarah Bond. Tiny Town with Sarah Fielke. An ombre tote. I really like ombre fabrics. Inversion with Carla Alexander. Breathe. Mixed Media Mantras. Breathe. Susie Zittner, Sunflower. Oh, I like that. Garden art. That's cute. Friday, Just for Fun Mystery. Sit and Stitch. Spin, Cut, Sew. That's Jen Carlton Bailey. I know somebody who took that and they really enjoyed it. English Paper Piece, Your Pet. Serpentine Quilt. Didn't we just see this? Didn't Tula Pink just, she was debuting that on her, channel. I saw it. I didn't watch the thing, but on her Instagram, but I know that she was talking about it. Fabric, Shape, Diversity, and Applique. That probably would have been a fun one for me to take. Machine Quilting with Colleen Blackwood. Running with Wild Table Runner. Collage with Sharon Carvalho, I think. And there's Jennifer Sampo again. And Rhythms in Nature. So like I said, guys, there's a little bit, what's up, Lorraine? There's a little bit of everything. You can get, I don't know, a little bit, you can get a little bit of anything. It looks like a good time. I like it. I like it. So Judy, you're not late. I'm just talking about what's going on up here in Sisters, Oregon. It is a beautiful area. It's just beautiful. A lot of people live in areas that are not like LA. So you guys see the trees and the nature and all that kind of stuff. I see cement and unfortunately a lot of transients where I am. So this is a welcome change. What else? I think that's it. Any questions? Anybody have anything else? I purchased this water bottle. It's not a Stanley. It's called like iron something. Iron flask. It definitely will keep your ice cubes cold all day long. And I just keep refilling it with water to try to stay hydrated. Because again, I'm not a girl who likes heat. We're looking at about 85, 83 degrees where I was. But it didn't feel nasty. In Weed, a couple of days ago, it was like, in Redding, it was 109. And then Weed was like in the 90s and it felt bad. This 85, when I had to come to my car a few times, it wasn't that bad. Yeah, I spotted Tula, but I couldn't get to her. Lorraine, it would have been the perfect time to talk to her. It would have been the perfect time. Nobody was around. And I'm sure that she travels with an entourage. I just feel like this is her world for real, for real. And so I've heard that there are a lot of people around her all the time. It was just her and one of my other teachers that were just talking. And I just, she was walking away. She was like, all right, I got to go. And her back was to me. But at least now I know kind of what she looks like. She was still kind of far away, but I've gotten the idea of who I'm looking for. She's very tall, so probably not super difficult to miss, but you guys, I'm telling you guys, I'm gonna embarrass everybody. I'm gonna be like all my quilty friends gonna be embarrassed. Michelle's trying to help me. She gave me something to say so that I'm not just standing in her face going blah 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 blah. I have time. I know. I've got 6 or 7 days to still meet her. So hopefully I bump into her. And I have a good story. I need a good story for you guys. It can't just be a, hey, I met Tula. She was really nice. Like, it needs to be a story. I'm going to work on that for you guys. Anything else anybody want to know? Any questions about the area, about the show, about what I've seen so far? Again, everybody was really nice. There's a huge area where you sit down and you can have lunch inside, which was really nice during lunchtime because everybody was having lunch at the same time. It's an hour from lunch. It starts at 11:30, ends at 12:30. Oh, Judy, I've met Tim a lot of times. But not as a quilter and not as somebody who he knows now. Excuse me. I'm a big Tim Holtz fan. I wish he would do quilt classes, but that's not his bag. I get it, but I wish it was. I've got a Tim Holtz project coming up for you guys soon. And yeah. Tim Holtz is always kind of around. He was always around the paper crafting stuff. Him and Mario. He's very nice. Tim Holtz and I, fun fact, share a birthday, along with my friend Lorraine's father, randomly. Yeah, Judy, I'm trying to tell you, when I see Tula, I don't know, guys. I'm gonna fangirl out. I just really like her as an artist. I do. I get it. I get her stuff. I love to use it. All right. If nobody else has anything else, I guess I will leave you. I don't have anywhere to go or anything to do. And I told you guys I'm trying to stay awake until 8 o'clock. I'm thinking about busting out my sewing machine and sewing. I'm having, technically it is tension issues, but I don't think it's the type of tension issues that's causing an issue in my stitch. It's causing an issue in the feeding of my thread. And so I've got to play with my machine a little bit. If I can't figure it out tonight, I will bust out the machine for tomorrow and let the people take a look at it so that they can tinker with it a little bit and figure out maybe what's going on. Because there's a tension issue with the take up. I think it's the take up lever. We'll see. I don't know. Clean it really well. Well, Judy, I probably do still need to clean it, but I just took it out the box. Put it in the box, brought it here. It's brand new. It still has the foam on it. I was like dusting off foam. And that was not smart to bring a machine that I have not ever sewn on. It just wasn't smart. I was like, oh, it'll be perfect out the box. And it's close to perfect, but it's not quite perfect. I was able to make it work, but there was a lot of stopping and rethreading that shouldn't have been happening. I could have been cooking a lot faster. But again, my fault. I know better. That was not brilliant. But I did it. And I love that that's my travel machine now. It looks really good in the classroom. Oh, let me tell you guys what everybody's running. I love to walk around and see what machines people have. And so there was one Juki across from me. Matter of fact, it was the friend of the channel. It was our Quilty friend. She was running a Juki and she has an HD9. Matter of fact, she has the HD9 that I have, the black one. And she likes it. But the two things that she didn't like about it, one was the weight. It's super heavy. And she doesn't like the throat of the HD9. And I'm not sure why, because the throat of the HD9 is bigger than the throat of her Juki. But she's got them both. Matter of fact, the ladies at the table that I sat with played with the big kids because they all had all the things. If you guys think I have all the things, those ladies, no. And I think that's more of the type of person that's here is somebody who's been doing this for a while and who plays with the big kids. These are not younger people who are just getting started. These are ladies who do this, and so they've acquired the things. I saw some featherweights today. There were at least like 2 or 3 featherweights in the class. You talk about a beautiful stitch. Those ladies know that a featherweight will produce a beautiful stitch. I get it now. And there's one lady who's like, she got her Airstream out here. There's some people here in RVs, lots of husbands, lots of them, literally walking their wives, sitting them down, coming back for lunchtime, sitting down, having lunch with them, and then leaving. That was a lot of that was happening. There was about 4 or 5 husbands who I turned around. It was just a bunch of men in here. I was like, well, where do these men come from? They weren't there before. So that was nice. That was really, really nice. What else? I can't think of anything else to tell you guys. That was my day. And it was a good day. Today was a really good day. I'm tired. That 3 a.m. wake up time, but the drive wasn't bad. It was strange that it was 39. So I left Weed, California, which is about 100 degrees. And when I got at 3 o'clock in the morning, about 3, 4, 5, about 2 hours into my drive, the car, it's a rental, started saying, watch out for ice. I was like, the car is broke. What do they mean, watch out for ice? And then I noticed that I felt cold. And I was like, why am I cold? Because again, I had just left 100-degree weather. And turns out it was 39 degrees. I rolled down that window. I said, oh, this is not a joke. This is not a game. It was 39 degrees in those mountains as I was coming through. So that was strange. And then when I got here, it started to gradually warm up. And my plan for Saturday to beat the heat is to start at 7 o'clock in the morning. I will be up very, very, very early and hopefully be back here in this room by about noon, 1 o'clock, unless Tula Pink says, hey, come hang with me. You guys, I have almost 15,000 subscribers. None of you guys know Tula Pink? Nobody? Come on. Somebody send an email. I don't know what the email's supposed to say. Just send one. Say, hey, it's a girl. She uses your stuff. We like her. Know her. Go find her. Go play with her. Be her friend. All right, guys, I'm just messing with you and messing with Tula Pink too. Again, class today with Latifah was great. Latifah's a great instructor. If you're thinking about doing a class with her, I found it super chill, calm, loved it. Everybody seemed to have a good day today. I didn't hear anybody talking crap or anything like that. What you mean you know Tula? You do? What? You should send Tula clips of all the crazy. You should send her the Tula Pink debacle video. If you Google Tula Pink, I'm pretty sure my videos come up. Matter of fact, I'm about to do it right now. I think I Googled Tula one day and my face showed up and I thought, well, that's not Tula Pink, that's Matt Cox. But hey, I'm here for it. Okay, no. My videos do not come up. My face does not. Let's see what happens via images. If you Google Tula Pink does come up. Yeah, I'm not on this page. I don't even see any of my projects right off the top. Right off the bat. Oh, that's Krista Quilt in Tula. That's an old picture. So if you do that, you don't get it. But if you hit videos, I should pop up. All right, it doesn't matter. I'm being just silly at this point. Okay, guys, I guess I shall leave now. Unless there's anything else anybody wants to talk about, any questions or anything. I think I'm going to bust out this sewing machine and see if I can't get a little stitching in. Becky, nah, you can't pause and rewind. But it's even better. You could say, hey, come over here and show me one more time. And she was really cool about that. She was like, I will do this as many times as anybody needs me to. And there were some people who were struggling. There was one woman who cut all her fabric wrong. I don't know if she cut it all wrong, but she cut it wrong. And so Latifah took the time and she was like, okay, how can we fix this? And they came up with a plan and they shrunk the pattern down. And then she was able to jump right in. So she didn't leave anybody out. Nobody was left hanging. There was somebody who was just a little bit slower on for whatever reason. And she took some time. She's like, I want you to leave here with at least this. And they worked on that and they were able to get her to a point where Latifah and her felt good. Like she, got her, her class time worth. So it was really good to see her do that. I'm assuming that one day I'll be teaching classes. I don't know why I'm assuming that, but I'm assuming at some point I'm going to teach the classes. We're all going to hang out together. I'm hoping you guys will support that. It'll be a 3-yard quilt. We're going to take a 3-yard quilt class and we will finish that class. We would finish that quilt. I should do it. Anyway, it was really nice to watch Latifah work. I'm glad I got a chance to see her. She is truly an exceptional person. I like her a lot. Becky, you said you took our classes already? Thank you, Becky. You just made me feel so good. You do. Me in person, though, can you imagine? I'm such a all over the place. You guys are going to be like, girl, slow down. Please stop. I'll look into that. I'll figure out where I want my first classes to be. Where do you guys want me to do it? You guys want me to do a retreat? Do you guys want me to come to something like this? Do you guys want me to go to So Yeah? Where I couldn't show the pattern? Go ahead, Becky. That's what I'm talking about. You were doing that pausing, huh? Pause, stop, rewind, zoom. Becky, that makes me feel good, though. That makes me feel like I'm doing stuff that you guys want to see, that you guys want to do. I've gotten a lot of good response on the elephant one, the 3-yard quilt that I just did of Tula's. I don't know why, but you guys have been really supportive of that one. I thought you guys would have liked the one before that more. The one with the giraffes, the elongated giraffes. Boy, I like that one. Oh, one of the critiques that one of my girlfriends was talking about was the fact that the pattern was not included. Matter of fact, this is somebody who doesn't quilt. She doesn't quilt. It was my manager. She was going through all my stuff. She was looking at the amounts that I spent and what was included. And she would have rather the pattern just have been included in the price instead of people having to buy the pattern too. There were people who showed up today. I'm not sure if they read your syllabus. I read the things that needed to be done before the prep work or not. I don't know. But they didn't show up with the pattern, and Latifah didn't have any patterns to sell at the time. But luckily, the store did carry the pattern and the ruler, so they were able to just run over and get what they needed. So be sure to check when you have classes. Be sure to check to know what you need to bring to the class and what preparation you need to do. There was some preparation that she asked us to do, and some people did it, some people didn't. So everybody was kind of starting at different places, which probably could be a little difficult if it wasn't just such a self-paced kind of class. Thank you, Anna. That's sweet. Well, we've got to figure out where I'm going to do a class. I don't want to do one on Zoom because I basically do that here. I mean, we could do one live. We could do a sew-along or something, but I would love to do the classes. We all know it's probably going to be how to zhuzh up a 3-yard quilt. We already know, right? Like it's the channel has written the class for us pretty much. I've just got to figure out where and when I want to start because I feel as though I'm qualified to teach 3-yard quilts. I feel that in my spirit. And we'll hack one. Maybe we'll hack a 3-yard quilt pattern and we'll do something beautiful. Or maybe we'll do kits. Everybody do a 3-yard quilt kit and we have a couple different options. I don't know. Classes at retreats would be a good start with good attendance. I think so too, Becky. I think so too. In my mind, I have some patterns coming out. So I don't know if I'm going to want to push. I don't know. We'll see, Becky. We'll see what you guys say when I drop mine. If you guys are feeling them or not. So much stuff is happening. And now that I have a manager, I can kind of breathe a little bit. So just stay tuned. Just hang with me because things are happening behind the scenes. I could do. I think they would let me do Dixon. The manager was really, really nice, and I liked their classroom. I could do Dixon. I could do Sewing Art Center down here. They were nice to me. I could host a retreat up in Lompoc. There was a there were a couple of ladies that were super helpful, and they actually rent out the spot. So I just need to get in. Yeah, I do have a manager. I do. I had to get one. Um, what else? Now I just need a virtual assistant, and then I'll be cooking with gas. And I have a couple. And anyway, all the business of the things. I know. I know. Who wants to hear about all that stuff? Nobody. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe we'll go to So Yeah. I don't know if So Yeah rents them out to other people or if they would let me host there. Maybe they're good to me too. I've made a lot of good relationships around here, so we'll see. Or maybe I should go. I wonder if QuiltCon would let me do how to zhuzh up a 3-yard quilt class. Kim, you feeling the zhuzh? You've been around for a long time. You would know. You know what you want. I think a zhuzh would be a good one too, though. It's what I'm known for. When people see me, the first thing they say is, "We like what you do with 3-yard quilts." Now, in my mind, I have done some killer quilts, some amazing Disney quilts that were out of this world. And you know what people talk about? Those 3-yard quilts. The more simple, the better. That's what everybody likes, which is fine by me because I love Fabric Cafe and Fabric Cafe tolerates my existence. So Rebecca, you said it's very interesting. I know. All the things. But I'll have to see what we'll do with the 3-yard quilt stuff. We've got some stuff in the works, so just stay tuned because only God knows what's gonna happen on this channel because you kind of get all of the things. I'm always popping up somewhere. You know what I'm annoyed about? I hate with a capital H that the Long Beach Quilt Show and this is going on at the same time. Now I did Long Beach last year, and I imagine it'll probably look the same. It wasn't a big show, and I don't know that I'm missing out, but that's where we first started seeing the quilts that we followed through the season. Some of those quilts we saw at every other single show that we went to, so it was a lot. It was a lot that was happening. Rebecca, I think you're right. It's such a palatable quilt. It's something that everybody can do. We can bang them out. You can start with it and you can zhuzh it up to make it more elaborate if you want. I want to do one that is competition worthy. I probably won't enter it. Maybe I will. Who knows? But I want to show you guys how you can take a quilt, like a 3-yard quilt, and really, really make it into a piece. I've got some ideas on that. I've seen some stuff, and I was like, this could easily be done 3-yard quilt style. And you just zhuzh it and bump it up. I can see it. So, yeah. If I can do the elaborate Disney quilts, you can do the elaborate Disney quilts too. But I get it. It's just I get it. The Disney ones really are for me. I've got another Disney one coming for. There's one that you guys haven't seen yet that is pretty much very close to being finished, and then there's another new one coming that's going to drop probably in September, October, and November. Elena, I'm glad that I'm glad that your husband has you to help take care of him, and I'm glad it sounds like he's okay. But yeah, live vicariously through me. Come on, we're here together. We are here together, and I'm going to take you with me on Saturday, early in the morning, early here anyway. I don't know where you are, but early because I'm trying to beat the heat. Becky, that's kind of how we're living. I am just throwing stuff under the sewing machine and seeing what you guys like. And mostly it's 3-yard quilts because I mean, it's a genius concept. It makes sense. The kits are cool. People love them. They're fun to zhuzh, and I can finish them fast. And once I get the automated part of the long arm thing together, I'm going to show you guys finished quilts again. And then we will be cooking with gas. Just throw stuff under the needle. That's kind of what I do. So Latifah's pattern, I'm going to look it up for you guys since we're just still here chilling. I'm going to look up Latifah. And I'm going to tell you guys what my plan is for this quilt. And if I accomplish it, you guys can tell me if you like the idea or not. Where is it? She's got a pattern. She's got a hack your pattern thing here. All right, here we go. We're not going to join the mailing list. We're out there already. So this is one of the quilts that she's teaching. And she actually says that out of all the quilts that she's done with the Hurdy, she has 3 patterns right now, that this is the most difficult because it uses 16 different colors. And after she said that, I thought, she's probably right. 16 different colors is a lot. I think on my Disney quilts, when I do the big circle ones, I think that's is it an 18 color pull? I don't know. I love pulling a tremendous amount of colors. That's so much fun. So we'll probably do this one since we have the ruler anyway. I talked you guys into getting the ruler, so I might as well show you guys what to do with it, right? So here's the ruler that we're talking about. And it is a 2-to-1 ratio ruler for the half rectangle triangles, which I love that shape. And you can also do 1-to-6 in 3 different sizes. That's just the ratio. So they're super long and skinny. And I'm really looking forward to patterns that are coming out with this. I should do my own pattern because you guys know I love a half rectangle triangle. I should bust one out. So let's see. Oh, it's hot there. Bernina's coming out with that. I saw that over at the Bernina show and all that. You guys know I'm not really a Bernina girl, but I keep my eye on all things pop culture. So I did see that coming out, and I'll probably talk about it. I don't know why I would talk about Bernina because I don't have one, but I was thinking about it. So let me show you guys more of this ruler. I like it. It's a lot happening though. There's one side, a side A and a side B. So it's you got to do some flipping, but it's fun. I do enjoy it. I have other rulers, of course, that do half rectangle triangles, which is fine. But my absolute favorite was this right here. And I've done this several times on my channel, and I'm trying not to just keep doing it over and over and over again. It's a fun sew, it's funky, and I just keep seeing different ways to play with this. And I get very excited about this. And this is called the other side. All 3 of these patterns that I'm showing you right now can be done with the Hurdy ruler. And then right here, this is the paper drop pattern that I'm working on now. So let's look at it. When I originally signed up for my classes, I did not sign up for Latifah's class. I had the other 3, but for whatever reason, I looked at it and it was still open on the last day. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take a class with Latifah. I've met Latifah a gazillion times. She's one of the first people that I ever met coming into this industry. And I thought she was cool. She was, on the younger side. She looked like me. I was like, hey, this is fun, Latifah. And so from then on, we just keep bumping into each other over and over again. And, it is what it is. So when I saw this, and we're part of the same guild. So when I saw this, I was like, great, I'm going to learn to do Y seams. When I looked at this, I thought it was a Y seam. Stop that. So when you look at it right here, I thought that this goes down and you just, no. They're small half rectangle triangles all pieced together. So they come together in rows. It's not a Y seam. And so I said, oh, well, that's interesting. I didn't understand that until I actually purchased the pattern and saw how it comes together. I thought I would have to go down and sew and then stop and go the other way. But no, not like that at all. not even a little bit. I love this pattern. I did not originally love it, and I grew to love it, and now I can't wait to finish it. It's definitely a neat one. And so my idea is this uses 3 different colorways. I've already swatched that out. You guys know me. I'm always doing too much. So I've chosen, I think I've chosen 6 or 7 different colorways. And the ladies were watching me work today and were like, what are you doing? What is happening here? Wait, what? How are you? Yeah, because it was one of those. And I needed to do, it's causing this to be more complex than it has to be. If I just had those 3 colors right there, I probably could have been a little bit further along, because I can cut that fabric a lot faster, because it's just solid fabrics. If you use a print, it's a little different. You have to think it through, but yeah, I've hacked it. And right here, these ones down here, that row is going to float. I can't wait to see what that illusion looks like. So instead of doing this purple right here, that dark purple, imagine that in white fabric, so that all you see is the light purple floating down. Stay tuned to see that quilt finished, because in my mind, I'm actually going to finish that one. And so that's what we did today. And then tomorrow I'll show you the Mad Hatter quilt, and then we'll talk about what that's like and what hanging out with Scott Hansen is like. And what I'm doing with that pattern, which I really don't know if I'm doing anything with it other than doing it tomorrow. All right, guys, we've been on here an hour. Good for us. That's what I'm talking about. An hour spent with you guys is a good hour. Especially since I didn't give you guys a quilt celebration video today. Yeah, Becky, leave your notifications on, because I'm trying to do like a pop in the morning and an afternoon, and then come in the evening. So watch for my shorts, watch my Instagram. I'm going to try to keep everybody abreast of what I'm doing daily. That's the goal. If there's nothing else, if you guys have any questions or something, leave them for me on my Instagram, or send me an email, or whatever, however you want to get at me. You can leave me comments here, and I will answer your questions for sure, to the best of my ability. And I will continue to take you guys on this journey. So tomorrow I'll tell you guys about what happens tomorrow. Hey, fingers crossed. Let's see if I meet Tula tomorrow, if I come back with the world's greatest story. All right, guys. I will catch you guys tomorrow evening. Bye-bye.